The following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Hot crackers! That girl's got a lot of moxie. She's got a lot of spirit. Check out them gams! What other phrases don't people use anymore? No!
Of course! Of course!
This new group I've hidden myself in is quite strange. It begins to feel like days of old travelling with them. They share amongst themselves and others. Despite the circumstances, they keep high moods and jolly cooperation in their hearts.
Yeah, they're so slick back here in oven bits about everything.
Oh, we got the translator. I admit I find myself warming to them more and more as we walk the roads together, despite Adrian's... ... ways. It is the mysterious cart driver I'm most wary of. He seems to have...
before I got suspicious to him.
He seems to have joined last before me and went with them into the Parchstone. I am certain he is no vampire, but something else maybe.
Worse!
For now, we must contend with watching witches and scheming barons as we travel to challenge the claim of the Parchstone's treasure. I wish my hunters would not see me as I pass by in this group, and surely they will not follow to Einvig for fear of the witches and the Burman savagery.
Right over here.
Entry.
Back. Caltrate Saphira.
Sick of that.
Ouch! Oh, wow! And I thought Sulam was my girl!
Sulan's no one's girl.
No, but I didn't mean
Not
like
since,
that.
not since you guys got her shield made and killed.
That
Disappeared.
was Andrew.
Accepted. What do you have to say? Any objections, weighted companion Ray?
Yay.
That is no canon.
That is now canon.
Entry 2. We have been travelling many suns now on camping on the roadside. Normally, I would camp deep within the wood or hills, far from the roads. But we should be able to
that would be
avoid
smart, wouldn't it?
the suspicions of the fanged vermin if we appear as a normal group of travellers. As hard as that. Many strange things have happened on our journey so far. The horse, for instance, seems jaded beyond belief. Like he has seen a great many horrors.
That horse is actually, like, even without the cart driver, like, after the Parchstone is, like, legitimately slick back here and oven mitts.
Nothing's gonna
about
get
everything. That horse is
Yeah.
actually jaded. It's just like, you ain't gonna show me.
horse.
You ain't
I
gonna
could
show
just,
me anything.
I could just see it rearing back on its hind legs and then go.
it's like you ain't gonna show me anything that's worse than that fucking shit.
Yeah.
That is a strike.
He has seen a great many horrors, and now nothing
Plan, too.
could face him.
That's my plan.
Maybe he would make a great warhorse if he could be trained. Then there are all the strange jokes and tricks my new friends pull, usually ending up at the expense of the big man, Saphiro. Their jovial nature reminds me of Sir Hans Randelweist, is that correct?
Yeah.
Oh, you missed an opportunity to call him Hans Oliver.
I'm a little lost.
Hands all over. That's a stripper name.
And his constant pantsing of the archers under the lesser knights and men-at-arms.
Oh, Radomir, you amuse me even after your death. I regret everything.
Entry 3. Today I told them who I am and where I come from. I am Cotton Eye Joe. No.
Nope.
Know now that they know my true name, but I don't think they quite believe me. Well, I know for a fact Sulan does not believe the words I say at all. Her watching eyes at night are almost enough to send me spiraling into calls for the camp to raise arms and prepare for attack.
Oh, I remember that.
First direwolves filled my head, but no longer. I see them staring back at me in the night and more. I remember the eyes of true death, the eyes of a wolf that can stand taller than a man and is just as cunning.
Oof. I wish I'd known about this.
This is great. I'm loving this.
God, this is actually way more ironic than I intended anything to be.
I was deeply disturbed to hear of their meeting with Count Hector, that shadowy betrayer. And to top it off, Adrian seemed to think that vile bastard with high favour. Maybe I should be keeping a closer eye on him.
I would recommend that.
No, I did.
Entry 4. Now this is in heavier ink, I will note. I haven't felt this alive in many winters. We barely had time to rest in Merlin before a mob chased us out. I must wonder if these friends of mine's actions are always just. So far, I have seen no ill intent in their actions. Though maybe our cleric of Tor and his intent towards the bar wenches. It is just like my old days with the band.
But he knew you so well.
You've got to really get to know Saphiro to know.
To know Saphiro is to love Saphiro, is to know Saphiro.
And to know him is to roll your eyes at him. Entry 5. Not 2 suns have passed since Merlin, and we have stopped again by the damned witches. This one knows me by the markings on Helmclever, so I shall make efforts to cover it from here on.
Remember how everyone hated Gerald?
Yeah.
You remember how carefully I manipulated your feelings? He became like your best pal?
Yeah.
Only because you crossed the aisle?
He had many questions about Sulan's eyes and her origins. I find it hard to believe she could be a lich mistress from Zeiss and have us all under her control.
She does.
I think I would have felt something off from her. No. I think I would have felt something off from her by now, if that were the case. I think she is searching for her shield bearer, and I have seen her protect her friends. There was no wrong with that. And stopped again this day, but this time by judges of Tor looking for a man wielding a powerful weapon. Sphero seemed to know the man in charge, and after a brief questioning we were allowed to pass. I wonder who they were looking for. Entry 6. Today something happened in Hasseldorf that has shaken me to my core. We've been told by our ever watchful friends to speak not of the events deep under Hasseldorf. So I will make no note as to who or what we found down there, only that my hopes have been dashed upon the rocks, and I have lost something I thought was I thought was lost long ago, but found again.
Is it hamburgers?
As a matter of fact, it is. No. My dearest mentor and closest advisor in those days long past. As I have never seen him before. Broken and barely recognizable, he died in my arms, barely able to recall our former glory. In the notes I had found, I saw that he was ashamed of never returning, of staying with his saviour out of love and maybe some fear. But I saw not a traitor as he breathed his last, but a hero finally able to leave his horrid world behind. I shall miss you, Sir Luca Randoweist. May you watch over me and all of Stromberg, that you might one day see the power of the old blood restored. I do not think I can write in nor look at this journal for some time. Who knows? I may be dead myself before I return to these pages.
Oof.
Entry 7. I fucked a dog and I liked it. No, that's all of it.
Yeah, he never returned to that one.
Bye.
There will be some tears of Sephiro's on the final page.
The second book It seems that at some point after that,
That's
he
just not going to go out, is it?
Oh,
started
I'm
writing
impressed.
about
I'm
people
having sort of
specifically.
stirring up consumed Bollywood.
And the first
That
one
needs to burn.
is about himself.
That's
So I'll read that.
Okay. Yeah.
Sir Grigory Radomir, only son of Baldric Radomir, the hero of Strumplet.
Oh, that's it. The line's dead. Ah,
Master at Arms in exile and last of my line. I've never been good at saying everything that needs said, so I leave these writings in the hope that should some misfortune befall me, my inner thoughts are made clear to those in my care, and maybe someone will want to know how I became me. These were written before I died, so like,
it's very hard to write them after it.
I was entirely unaware. I had a happy upbringing, I guess you could say. As the son of the great Radomir family, I was not poor, though we did not live in excess. We had a functional family manor in stone and carved wood, not gilded or marbled like some. Despite this, we were the third most powerful family in Strumblet, besides the old royal family we were sworn to protect, and that bastard Senghis kid. Growing up, I worshipped my father. Sometimes I would be kept awake night after night, thinking of how I was supposed to live up to his honour. How was I meant to one day surpass him, and take the mantle of Master at Arms, and lend the strength of my blood to the rightful rulers of Strumblet? One such night, my father strode into my room, knowing I was awake, and somehow knew exactly what to say. He sat on my bed and told me, my
Touched
only...
you when you were young. No, not for children's.
There you go. Not for
Christian
children's.
channel, everyone.
Christian. My only true regret, boy, is that I couldn't be close to the people of this land. My duties have taken me far in the name of this country, with the air I protect being a man already, and with many capable and long-trusted knights. I have had the freedom not many of our ancestors have had, and so I am always far from home. True, the people call me their hero, and shout my name in the streets as I pass, but not one peasant, save for your mother, has properly known me, or could say they were my friend, or could even approach me. When you are older, you will likely be protecting a young child. And when that time comes, Grigory, love the people, and be close to them. And they in turn will lend their strength to yours. Take them into your heart, and show them you are not unreachable. That you are a man of Strumblet and no more. With that, he walked out, mounted up, and rode off to settle some squabble between barons. Unreachable was what he said. It seemed to sadden him greatly, but to me it was a point of pride. My father was the most noble and most respected man in Strumplet, and I thanked him. Next is Saphiro. There we go.
Oh, I think Ken should read
Yeah.
the Saphira piece.
So-
Eventually all of them, because Ray isn't here to make him do it.
Right.
What's
So
that
the-
weighted companion, Ray?
The last page has got
Pizza,
like
you say?
half of what the last bit for you, and also it's got it's got Adrian's last bit on it.
Okay. Saphiro, the rat paladin. Bloody huge and bloody shiny. It's much harder to keep his bugger alive than I thought. If I can ever keep myself alive at this rate, I swear being around him has me bloodier than a battlefield. His faith doesn't always direct his actions, though, as I've seen him sway from his orders path more than once. But that's what I admire most in him. Aww. The ability to do what is right over what is just. And with that golden hair, he reminds me of Aldrich far too much. Pains me greatly sometimes to look at him, but it's worth it to feel as though I hadn't failed in my duty.
That was back when you had the mirror shine armor. It hurt everyone to look at you.
Yeah. And had protected him that stormy night in the Marklands?
Samarkand.
Samarkand. Ah, yeah, I see. Yeah.
The font is not the best. Sorry.
Duncan's Tower. And now I adventure with him in his prime. But the world is too grey for that these days. Still, Saphiro does well, and I feel a sense of pride when I think of him. I just wish you could keep it in his pants a bit more. P.S. I have still not discovered the secret of that rat, but I remain vigilant.
And you never will. You died not knowing.
It is my one regret.
Today in the today in the tournament, Saphiro impressed me again. He had the chance to crush Roman's head with his hammer, but instead chose to attempt to take him back to answer for his crimes. He took the higher road, and I could learn from his actions. I should confront Hector again and try to make some kind of peace in my mind. But, to be honest, the idea of sleeping there amongst these things puts chills down my back.
God, remember when your biggest problem was I don't want to sleep with everyone else because they're in a bad place with the vampires? And now you're dead! Who's the idiot?
Yeah.
Like the old days hiding in dark corners of Strumbler, except this time I don't have a company of knights to watch my back. Sphero edition.
That basically would just be next on the page.
Yeah. I doubt there is a single soul in Yorkorok I have a greater debt to than Sphero. Young enough to be my son, no less, but if he were, I would be proud. Now he's gone further, and through his word has lit a fire inside Eton for this foolish old man. As there is no end to what these heroes will do for me. By all the gods, I swear I will never be able to repay my debt to them all. With what time I have left, I will fight to see my new family safe. If I have to turn my back on Bermania, on Strumbler, then so be it. The Count shall have to find me on the road if he wants his favour, as I don't think I shall be returning. And then, yeah.
Then there's Adrian's bit, but I don't think there needed to be many words between.
Is this the Sulu?
For us. Yeah, Sulu's.
One page.
Yeah.
Sulin of Clan Goshen of the Consoda something. I don't really get Sulin at first. She is beautiful, definitely, and I was stunned the first few times I saw her unclothed, as she is wanted to do often for some reason.
You should have seen his vampire character.
Fuck yeah. Ooh. She was worse.
Oh no, violence! Rip! Swords!
It didn't help the first time it happened was I got set on fire, so I tore my clothes off,
Yeah.
and I was in berserk,
She's on fire.
and it happened a few
The
times.
night at the speed of light.
I can't understand. Maybe she finds humour in it, as she does seem to enjoy tormenting Sphero. I get the feeling though that she is a woman to be
Really, she's a woman.
had by anyone, and I even
Not to be.
isn't a woman to be had by anyone I've ever met. Not even Sir Maximilian van Uber could complete this quest.
She tried.
Yep.
Oh, I wanted that, I really did. Oh well.
She isn't even interested in Sphero, and I would be hard pressed to keep the ladies at bay from him if I used a damn halberd. She is quiet and secretive, and as far as I can tell, it probably stems from her strange homeland across the ocean. It must be a charming yet savage place to breed these warrior women, but I don't think I would like to go there. When I first joined this group, it was her who kept the closest eye on me. I still recall my first watch while we were camped, those eyes staring back at me from the darkness, watching me while I tried to look anywhere else just to shake the feeling I was being stalked. I found her to be good company despite this, though. Not the most talkative, but she is the most observant, and she protects her own fiercely. I could do far worse than to have her by my side, even with the trouble her eyes have caused.
Then there's one for Adrian. Do you want to read Adrian's one?
Sure. And I think the addition is... Oh, you added the... Oh, you've given it to me as well. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Adrian Falk. As far as I know, he's a totally normal Bermanian farm boy. Stop reading my journal, Gerald. I know not much of fact about Adrian, and I swear sometimes it's like he isn't even there. I've never been fond of his type, and if it was...
Just go tell Darth Barish you're sick, I'm sure he'll be fine with it.
And it was no surprise to learn he has taken lives in his hometown. I don't know where the others met him, but I will be keeping a close eye on him. His dislike for his homeland is obvious, and it was something I shared until recently, as I have begun to find things here I treasure, a few souls different from the world around them. Today, on the day of the tournament, I saw more of Adrian's true nature. He plays for Roman's blood, like a mad dog, with seem no reason, even when his Sulans spoke up, which is unusual given his inclinations there. I'm hard-pressed not to say something, but for now I keep quiet. Maybe it's just now we are raised here thinking these thoughts. I must be careful not to be rash. And then there's Adrian Magician. Not for the first time on this journey, I feel I have been wrong. At the very least, I have wronged Adrian. Sure, he may dabble in things I struggle with and are usually best left alone, but I can say he has done less damage to this country than I have. Without oath or care for honour, he tries his best to protect his own, and that is something to take pride in. From now on I will strive to make amends and trust him as he once did me. I just hope what happened with the outsider has not instilled in him a fear of me or of Eton. Adrian, if you are reading this someday, then know I am deeply sorry.
I'm great.
See, he was wrong about me. You were all wrong about me.
There's one for Roman, although a big chunk of it appears to be crossed out. So Rotten Roman of House Rance.
Oh, fuck you.
Or House Draconin, if you believe his claims. This is also crossed out. From what I have seen of this Roman blackguard, he thinks he sits above the rest of us, and that his money and men can get him anything he wants. Ha! Like his word means anything to me. Strumplet can do without his influence. Bermania is in real trouble if the snake cannot be roused from the nest and burned alive. Like I even needed more reason to oppose him, but there was what he did to Eton and his plans involving her, when we thought he was behind the werewolf thing. He must be stopped. But what if that is his plan? And his is all scratched out manically. We learned many troubling things about Roman today. He isn't the snake I thought him to be, but rather the bird trying to defend its nest. And all we did was chase the bird off. Now the snake lies in wait for us. But who and why? Not knowing has me mistrusting everyone we've met. This one is labeled him. It's scratched out. Oh gods, the cup and the people. No. It had to be a dream, right? Conjured of all the dark times recently. Sulan believes he was lying to us in this shared dream. It's what he would do after all. But I can't get it out of my head. We knelt before him, and now we have all and now all we have done could have been in his name. I don't feel secure in my actions anymore. Like I'm floating away from the ground, away from certainty. And now I sit in this blood-stained inn, awaiting more horrors to come. I can't help but wonder if I should let them kill me. I won't, no can't, let anyone take from me again. Not even him. Obviously, this is the dark. He fucked Radomir up mentally for a long time before more shit happened and we had to carry on. And the last one is Eaton's. Do you read this one?
Should I read it or should Radomir? I don't know.
Well, someone hurry up. I've got more combat for you to lose tonight.
Eton, where do we even start? When I first
usually fire dinner and then Christian channel, everyone.
When I first met Eton, I wanted nothing more than to sever her head and bury it beneath a league of dirt and rock. It was my word to Sir Max and my duty to Saphira that I stayed my hand, and maybe some fear. But as I came to know her, I could see her for who she is, and not what she is. I can see some of myself in her story, the pain of having to move on after trying to settle somewhere because someone found the truth, of having to hide constantly to stay alive. True, she made the choice unlike me, but she couldn't have truly understood the curse. And I would say my failings are far greater than hers, though I know not the full truth. I don't want to end as the gnarled old man, not even capable of seeing the truth before me. When I was young, my father did always say I was a hopeless romantic. And look at me now. How could I not feel young again in my purified raiment? I feel like the master at arms again, and for a time I have forgotten the aches and pains of age. But my face is still old, and maybe that is all she sees. Either way, something changed when we lost her to...
It's him.
And then it's got the scratching here. I would gladly change places with her for an eternity, and I owe a debt of gratitude to Saphiro, for without him we could not have saved her at all. I thought I could hide it, but she could tell I was angry. She lost my cloak to those things, forcing me to confront the main house again, and to make it worse, we shouldn't even need to be here. I should have been able to see what was happening. What's that? Oh, what was happening around us. She was a spy planted by Roman, and it could have nearly been our heads because of it. I'm not angry about her involvement with Roman, more so at myself for letting all this happen, but as the cloak, it makes me furious. Not just her losing it, but me sending it here separate from me, and for my own inability to face the Count properly. If I hadn't become so damned attached to her, I could deal with this easily. I bet half the band are rolling in their graves with anger, and the other half probably can't stop laughing at this old fool. Eton Edition. Now that I know she would tear the party apart for me, I need to be more careful. And I have made it known I would prefer she cripple me forever than allow me to hurt anyone.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna happen.
Like I tried to when I was the outsider. I hope that she will do as I ask should it happen again. I couldn't bear it if I were to harm my friends, or my lady, or if she were to do so because they were trying to stop me. I never thought I would have someone willing to go that far for me, despite the evidence, and despite my actions. Mother would be proud if she could get past Eton's nature. Lady Eton Radomir. Doesn't sound too bad. If I ever stop long enough and do not cause chaos, when we do so, maybe I will find the courage to ask. In the meantime, just travelling with her has me content. I still cannot sleep without dark dreams of the Vale, or my friends of old, or yet worse, of the Eton being taken from me by those bat fuckers.
Well, they do fuck bats. Christian channel. Chip chip.
I won't have anything taken from me again. I've lost far too much already. Staying awake to keep her safe eases my fraying mind, even if it does not knock for my heavy eyes.
Is that it?
No Roya?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you didn't actually see much of Roy, really.
These were started early on when she was missing / doing covert works for us. And also, like, if Eden had found the journal and it contained anything about Roya, she might have done bad stuff.
My girlfriend ate my homework.
Really, Radomir?
Also,
Really?
also dog.
Awesome.
Your girlfriend ate your dog?
Christian channel. Cancel up with the sheep for guidance.
Okay, so it was. So paid for the chest. Now, how much is it going? Well, that's right. We got to work out what to do with the horse. Yeah, I mean, if we can send that with the merchant and the chest and everything, then we'll just keep all the braiding and stuff on it.
It's up to the merchant whether or not
how
he can be
much he
controlled.
takes care of it and feeds it and everything.
Well, how cooperative he is once he's out of the range of our cart driver. He's a war horse.
Yeah, it's a problem.
He also probably hasn't clicked that I'm gone yet.
Well, the thing is, we'll pay for a contingent of soldiers to guard it anyway, along with the merchant, so he'll get guarded by them anyway. Well, there won't be, I say soldiers, but they'll be, mercenary guards who normally.
You
guard
made him
the
your
stuff.
squire, didn't you?
Sir Aaron.
Yeah.
I guess in a way he was. He was a full knight. It was never actually official because by the time I knighted him, we were on the run.
Yeah.
But at least in my eyes, he was a full knight. And we equipped him as such.
Yeah.
So yeah, so basically how much will it cost for the merchant and the guards
Well, all the way back down to Hasseldorf.
to Hasseldorf, yeah. And that's like a week's travel, basically.
It's more than that.
Again,
It's almost twice that. Because you see you're traveling at merchant speed.
true, yeah.
And you're basically paying them to not just rip you off too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's
And to
you
not
pay those-
not look at it, because then they'll just steal it.
The Vanu Babadi might help walk
Well,
him off.
it's why you hire a mercenary group who's been known for doing this and is gilded because they want.
All right,
a
I'm going to give you
reputation.
some options, and you can. And depending on your choices, depends on how exorbitantly overcharged you're going to get. There's a couple of mercenary groups who are willing to do this. Don't need a merchant; they'll just take the gear and hit it south. Discretion guaranteed. They are the Band of the Red Hand.
They're trustworthy.
They have a very good reputation for honesty in their dealings, but they're very expensive because they're fighting men.
Yeah.
And there is 4 cavalry scouts, 10 footmen, and 4 crossbowmen who were willing to do this.
Okay.
And they are expensive.
We've dealt with them before anyway.
Yeah. Up in the north, they were one of the groups we actually chose, I believe.
You can get a bunch of guys who were hanging around looking for work, what needs fighting done, and a merchant who's heading in that direction who would be appreciative of the extra guards as well. And they're not very expensive.
No, I want at least gilded merch, not just guys.
Guys, was it?
I mean, I'll still be open to that merchant, but not with those men. It's like they're going to have to be gilded men in some way. That's the only way you can really assure.
Oh, there's 6 Ruvios. A band of former fighting slaves out of the pits from the east that they guard merchant caravans as a job. They're reasonably well known. You've heard of them.
Yeah.
And your 4th group that isn't, because you've eliminated all the riff-raff types, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So your final group is going to be Nolco Guards. It was very difficult to convince them that you were interested at all because they did not believe you and kept telling you to be silent.
Yeah. So, don't believe you.
They're not the best, but they can't be swayed easily.
Yeah, the problem is they'll get there and go, no.
I'm Sir Aaron, this is my delivery. No, shut up, don't believe you. Where's your papers? Alright, fine.
Okay, real talk. How much are the band gonna cost? I'm just curious.
So we're negotiating.
Yeah, I'm just actually just curious. Like,
Well, you're hiring professional soldiers. And we'll want 5,000 silver drakes. And for that, you get the bowman, you get the transit, you get the whole damn thing, guaranteed, sealed by the hand.
So, in other words, 500 gold, or will they only take drakes?
They'll take whatever the equivalent is, I guess.
That's not too bad. I will pay that because to honor Redemy, I want to make sure that it gets there.
Alright, he'll bring out an impressive document and he'll seal it. And it basically has and he'll just like put the terms on there. It's like the transport of 1 horse plus packs and chest. And he'll itemize every single thing. He'll open the chest, he'll have a guy count out all that fucking money.
Yep.
He'll itemize every single thing. Then he'll get like a witness who will witness an exact copy. Sign it once, you sign it, sealed. Here's your copy.
Yeah.
Thank you for the money.
Yeah. And I will give them the note I wrote. This is to be given to the receiver.
Your cargo is as good as delivered.
My thanks.
And that's as good as delivered. And the Red Hand are expensive. But they work.
That's the important thing. We've got to make sure.
Trust's
So
hard to
Aaron
come by these days.
gets all of that. So pretty much everything.
Well, they
there-
guarantee all their work, so if they fuck up, then you get your money back, and they
lose
also-
face.
They lose face,
Big time.
and they can't afford that because like mercenarying is reputation.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
it's your real currency.
Exactly. That's why.
Especially if
You
you're
always
it's
go
not
and
just
kill them in
like
some
a
way.
go and kill the thing mission.
Was there anything Seredimir had that, because we would have been going over it all, that was any positions we didn't know about?
Well,
Until now that we're.
there was a couple of like random things we took. Like on the cart, there is 9 carved swords.
There's a ruby.
Oh yeah, there's
It's
that.
actually not really a ruby, but
Oh, the one with the really intricate.
yeah, still has that. Actually, that would have been on him.
Actually, that
So
was on my
you've buried
card.
We
that.
buried it with them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was also a gateway to a quest, but whatever.
I'm sure it's bringing him comfort now.
We can go back and get it in time.
Sure, yeah, go back. Go back into Burmania. See how easy that is
Maybe
right
there's
now.
a dog that's. No. I'm kidding. Yeah. I doubt she'd be that cold.
No, she's flappy.
Yeah.
She makes a great blanket.
And where is she?
Oh, did she leave her? She left her gear with us too, didn't she?
Yep, and her gold.
Yeah. We'll be carrying that around until she either comes back to get it, or
Don't you just want to kiss these lips?